Big Z Reviews. Constellation is a new science fiction mystery-ish show that just finished its first season on Apple TV Plus, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was an interesting, kind of mind-bending show.
I have a piano in my house, and I don't play the piano.
Astronauts go through things they don't understand. That's when people come unstuck.
Mama? Where is she? You!
So this mainly stars Noomi Rapace as Joe Erickson, and she is an astronaut on the International Space Station, and like she was part of the crew that's like that then had something go very wrong on the ISS, or some sort of collision, and like one of the other astronauts is killed, and she's like, there's a whole like these scenes are some of the best parts of the show when they're just focusing on like the craziness of, it's like a movie, like it's like a 2-episode arc kind of at the beginning of everything going down. Although of course there's a cold opening when like a flash forward before it goes back and shows you how it got there. But it's just the science fiction like astronaut stuff that they do is really good. For a TV show, it's great. And like I really love too though, like that this whole idea of this is that there's also this Jonathan Banks. He's like Henry Caldera and Bud Caldera, and he's like a alcoholic, and another one he's a Nobel Prize laureate, and he's running this experiment called the Cow, and it's like the thing that's up on the ISS with them, and maybe has something to do with the crash that occurred, where it's like studying a state of matter, which can be like 2 places at a time. Like, it's essentially, that's the one thing that I didn't like about the show. It is pretty clear what they're doing, but like the whole show, even until the very end, like the eighth episode, they're like wrapping stuff up, but just, I know what you're doing. Just say it. Just say what you're doing. And it's like, I would say it's kind of a spoiler, but that's like the whole idea of the show is that there's it's like a multiverse. But I like that sometimes there's a lot of multiverse stuff going on now, and it's just kind of too much. But this one is 2 quantumly linked parallel universes, like just 2. I think that helps like not confuse things. But the idea is that these two, like something happened, and these 2 universes that are like mirror images of each other, that are out of sync but linked, are like kind of things that minds can transfer between the universes, and it's, crazy stuff is happening because of that. And this happens, like, this is triggered like in space, and like the Cow, this scientific experiment is amplifying the effects. And it seems like they're also, when they're on Earth, it like replicates what happens in space. And I kind of, it's interesting, the whole idea that like it's talking about how like so many people that have gone into space have had mental illness and have deterioration. Interesting, like I kind of like that, but I don't know if I love different aspects of it. But all the cast is great. Noomi Rapace, I always forget how to say her name, is amazing. I love her. And like Jonathan Banks is great still. He's always puts his all in everything he's done. I'm so glad that like that Breaking Bad, like he kind of like he was like I think I'm sure he was a working actor before then, but that kind of like a breaking role for him, even at his older age. And like her husband is James D'Arcy, and her kid is actually, it's pretty cool. Like they're played by twins, and like from the 2 different universes, and like it's so funny. Like that's like I think kind of like the cold opening is where like she's saying you don't smell like my daughter, so like essentially she's in the wrong universe, so her daughter is slightly different. Like her daughter doesn't speak Swedish, and she smells slightly differently, and like she like Naomi, the Erickson, like she can play the piano if she never played the piano, like her body remembers how to, and like the cars are different colors. In this one, her and her husband are kind of estranged, and she's cheating on him, and he's cheating on her. When in the other universe, they were they were in love with each other, and I love the idea that like, because there's stuff like in the other universe, she died, and the William Catlett as Paul Lancaster, he survived, when in this universe, he died. So then they're like, I love one episode where they're like seeing everything that she's going through kind of happening with him, but in the other universe. Like there's so much cool stuff going on with this, and it's like, as one thing I think that like I got what they're going for, but they kept dragging along with like more reveals, and like you're should be surprised, and like I understand what you're doing, just do it, like and even at the end, like I kind of liked what they did, and it'd be interesting to see if, I'm not sure if this is a limited series or if they could do a season 2, but like everything is pretty much wrapped up, but there's like a little bit of a stinger at the very end. But I don't know if that's a real stinger, or is just kind of like a fun like little whoopsie, like horror films do. But like it'd be really interesting. I don't see how it wouldn't work. I don't see how she could be alive, but I'm not spoiler, but I think that was just like a goofy little woo, like a little spook at the end, because I don't see how that would actually be real. But like I really enjoyed this. Like I feel like the Apple TV is kind of things that they have really great programming, but you don't hear too many people talking about it until like it reaches a level like Ted Lasso, and I think a lot of stuff comes out and just kind of like disappears. So hopefully more people find this, because I really enjoyed this, and I love seeing like a hard sci-fi kind of thriller. I had a good time with it. Probably give like an 8.75 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.